何これ。おっと。
よし。
よしじゃないですよ。
Yes, welcome back, and let's give a moment of silence for how natural the MC acts in this film. Alright, Hello World is an anime movie that was released somewhere in the 2019, last year, not long ago. It's not an original anime movie. It is adapted from a book or a manga by Manatsu Suzuki. It is a story about 10 or 20 years from now about a boy who lives in an advanced city of Kyoto. But his normal life will soon end when he meets his future self. To be frank, I was not that hyped when this movie trailer showed up a couple of months ago, but I do watch it. But then, my country hasn't really supported anime movie to be released in the cinemas, it made me even more or less interested in this film. But ironically, in this ongoing pandemic, I found myself a free movie of this Hello World on a free streaming web. So without any preparations, I went into the unknown. First thing first, let's talk about the 3D animation in this film. Personally, as a usual 2D anime fans, I had a quite bizarre feeling to dive in with this new platform. No, it's not my first 3D anime experience, but I admit anime industry is lacking its ability to create a beautiful, just a good 3D animation. But with exception, this film has managed to do a good 3D anime, and yet it is beautiful. It's not clunky, it's not monotone, it's solid and it's beautiful. The graphic, the scenery is always enjoyable and sometimes amaze you. The plot is overall very simple. The boy gotta help his future self to alter his own current timeline, or his future will be ruined, which he must do it by himself. But like any other good movies out there, with a simplicity you can create a complexity, which in this case they did, and they did it well. I love they added their twist properly. But I gotta say, my only problem with this film was when they try to explain how the world works, or just about that VR work stuff works. It's quite stiff, so you'll get bored and you'll get confused just for a moment. It bothers you. But no, I'm not saying the concept is bad, I'm just saying it could be explained a bit simpler. And talk about the character, the main character, Naomi Katagaki. Is a really great character in the story. I really love how the character is smart yet so natural. For example, there's a typical cliche moment for any other MC to find something really weird appear in front of their eyes, and they will approach it with no hesitation and comfortably interact with it. But this guy, my man Naomi, just went yeet. He quickly ran off for his own safety. That's a good common sense for a character like himself, and we rarely see this attitude among other MC, which is a really great one. I really love how he's not just reading books and just say how great it is, oh blah blah blah, I can show you this, I can show you that, blah blah blah. But no, the film actually shows us that any type of book that he had read, it will lead to a good and a better conclusion. No, the film always tells us those stuff will make it worth it throughout the film. He actually learned from it. And with a proper time is given to him and to us, he's able to create something that will help him. Damn it, he's really smart. No, he's not an OP. He's just a good boy who just using his power effectively. The heroine too, Ruriichigyou. It doesn't feel like the second main character, it feels like the third main character. Yes, I admit she's very cute, and the chemistry between Ruri and Naomi is very amusing and natural. It always feels heartwarming. I really love how they act like a normal student fall in love with each other. But the problem is the film never really dives in even more to her character. So the conflict is always held on Naomi's shoulders. But regardless, her character is still enjoyable to see, and she's not a bad character or a bad heroine. But if they did give us those deeper character development to her, it will bring more depth into the story, and the impact will be much more better and more emotional. And there's a future Naomi, but I just want to call him the Chad Naomi. Now, Chad Naomi is somewhat the second main character in the story. We all know he's like the wise man of Naomi himself. He acts very good. He never crossed the boundary of that character, which made him not that typical always know wise man. Slurp slurp. Okay, so you must get that weapon and then you can fight the second floor boss. Oh yeah, I was like that brother to the final boss. Slurp slurp. Oh, you will be that last boy who will survive. No, he's not that annoying. And when there's a twist, his true color is shown and they execute that idea properly. Sadly, his story runtime is longer than the heroine herself, which is not his fault or her fault. It's a film. The film should add more runtime to her story. Ruriichigyou, please add more runtime to our beloved waifu Ruri. The other thing that I like about this movie, they always consistent, and they will keep everything narrowed until the resolution is found. In the half of the story, when there's a potentially love triangle material, I was afraid that the conflict will have another branches, which is unnecessary for this typical type of stuff. But they didn't. But fortunately, they didn't go for it, and that's why I love this consistency. And the music, damn, the music was spectacular. It resonates very well with the theme that is given. The theme is obviously love, but in this case, they want to show us that love could be something that makes you happy and makes you grow up. But in the same time, it could be the ego that will corrupt yourself. And I think they delivered that message beautifully by this film. Okay, I think I talked everything that I wanted to say about this film. Now, let's just give this baby a damn score. I'll give it a very heartwarming 87%. How about that? I highly recommend this film. It is a very well crafted and beautifully anime movie. But it is considered to be, I consider it myself as a very underrated gem. But please watch it.